Cuidar el medio ambiente y contribuir a resolver los problemas de las comunidades en las que operamos son los pilares de nuestra política de responsabilidad social empresaria. Cresud, nuestro valor es la tierra.
Aprender es mucho más que estudiar. Universidad Abierta Interamericana. www.uay.edu.ar. El futuro sos vos.
En exclusiva para Líderes, entrevistamos a Marco Tronchetti Provera, CEO mundial de Pirelli y uno de los empresarios más destacados de Europa.
Passion for what you do. You can be a politician, you can be a business leader. You have to be passionate for what you do, and you have to respect always the others.
Desde las oficinas centrales de Pirelli en Milán, compartió su visión de la problemática de América Latina y los desafíos del sector automotriz. ¿Cómo lidera una organización con 38.000 empleados, con 22 plantas productivas? El calendario Pirelli y su visión de Argentina y Brasil. Marco Tronchetti Provera, en Líderes, con la conducción de Cecilia Lucia Puig.
¿Qué harías con más tiempo? Empezó el tiempo de oportunidades del Banco Ciudad. Plazos más largos, sueños más grandes. Banco Ciudad te quiere ver crecer.
You recently launched the 2016 calendar, Pirelli calendar, with a completely different concept. What made you take this decision compared to the other ones that you published in the past?
I have to say that this is part of the traditional Pirelli calendar. Sometimes we made calendars about countries like we did in Brazil, sometimes about Africa. This time was about the beauty, the feminine approach of women that have been able to be successful in different countries, in different fields. I think was a way to express beauty.
What did this calendar 2016 means for the whole company worldwide and for the brand?
This continues the tradition of the calendar. The photographer is one of the best artists in his field in the world, and the subject is women, but women with their beauty in different fields and with different age. So successful women. And that's a message. I mean, all of us shares. We need women playing a more important role in our society.
Annie Leibovitz is a worldwide known photographer, very respected one. What do you think is the add value that she brought to this calendar?
I think she was very passionate in doing this. What we do is that we always have very famous photographers, and the added value we provide them is a theme we have to share, and then we leave the freedom to the photographers to express it in the best possible way without interfering. That's I think the reason why it is successful.
You are a very successful business leader in Europe. You were the president of Telecom Italia. I would like to ask you, what did you bring from your previous experience to this company?
the work with people and the passion for technology is the core of any activity, and so we team building, innovation, this is part of an entrepreneurial life. So I like to look forward, I like the future, I like to be part of the most advanced technologies, and that is my passion. That's why I did it as I did it.
Do you believe you have entrepreneurial spirit?
Definitely, it's my duty to have an entrepreneurial spirit. I think I am one of the person that is lucky because I do what I like. And in the business life, if you do something you have passion, that means a lot. You spend all the day thinking to tomorrow.
Pirelli is one of the largest hired companies in the world. How would you describe the culture of your company?
My company has a long established tradition. The life of the company started 143 years ago. And I think that passion and technology have been the combination that have been always characterizing Pirelli. And people in Pirelli, they are, I think, committed to the company also because of the tradition.
Pirelli is a very competitive company and a brand. How would you describe your relationship with the automotive industry?
The automotive industry is looking for technology, and so we decided years ago to go for the high-end technology, to be always on the forefront of technology, and the relationship with the automotive industry is based on the fact that we can deliver always the most advanced technologies, able to say be with the automotive industry, to serve the industry, always looking forward, always accepting any challenge.
What are the main changes that you see in the past years?
I think that in the past year, the automotive industry has dramatically changed. Electronics today is worth more than 50% of the value of a premium car, and it will become even more than this. In our business, the materials have changed in an amazing way. We use advanced technologies, advanced materials like Kevlar, carbon, nanotechnologies. So it's a different world where the competition is very challenging.
ChemChina has acquired an important part of the stock of the company. What's the importance of this strategic alliance?
Well, we have a great chance now because we have the right size in the passenger car tires, in the motorbike tires. So there we compete at a very high level. We are global. We have 1/3 of our business that is the industrial business, so truck tires, agro, of the road tires. This is part of the business that has not the proper size. So we had two options. One was to combine and sold to others. The second one was to find a way to be bigger through a merger with someone else. And what happened with ChemChina is that we will take the lead of the evolution of their industrial business that is very large in China and globally because they export a lot. And so we will run a company in the industrial business that will be more than double what it is today, and the geographical footprint will be global. So I think for Pirelli is a unique opportunity to be global also in the industrial business. We have very good technologies, but we didn't have the right size and the proper footprint.
What are your expectations for 2016 and for the next 5 years?
I think that we can already see where we will be 5 years from now because we are part of the creation of a new car. We start with the automotive industry, mostly with the premium car manufacturers. We enter into a project since day one, and so we already see the models that will be in the market 4 or 5 years from now. And we are already developing technologies that will be in the market 5 years from now. So we already have a visibility on this, and we see the technology will affect the tires. We are developing sensors. The connected cars is the future. So more technology, better attention to the environment, and a continual evolution of the demand.
When you talk global, do you mean that the whole products will go worldwide, or you develop particular products for each part of the world?
Our technology is a global technology, so the basis of technology are the same. Then there are specific characteristics that are related to the different regions of the world, and so we develop products that also are fitted for each market.
Pirelli has 22 factories in the world and more than 38,000 employees. How do you define the impact of the global market?
I think that the global market makes us in a position to always continue to look forward, to see what will be the markets many years from now. We see a global market more balanced, where the fast-growing economies slowed down recently, but the US and Europe, so the so-called old economic power, they are doing better than expected. So it's a volatile world in which the different regions have different speeds, and being global makes us comfortable in balancing the risks.
Do you have any concerns about new developing markets?
I mean, the new developing markets, they will continue to be volatile. They are young countries, young not because of the tradition, but because the average age of the people is much below the old Europe, and they are creating anyhow opportunities. Now we see a slowdown, but a few years from now we will see that they will come back with fast growth.
What is the proportion of the industry tire business compared to the car tire business?
Until now is 1/3 the industrial business and 2/3 the passenger car tires. In 3 years it will be balanced, because we will have a much larger size in industrial. So Pirelli will become very competitive also in industrial business, and we will. In the consumer business, we are 5th in the world, more or less. In industrial business, we were 14th. Thanks to this combination, we'll become 4th in the industrial business. And so we will have more competitive Pirelli.
At this time, the COP21 is taking place in Paris about sustainability and climate change. I would like to know, what is the strategy that Pirelli has concerning sustainability?
We did create years ago a specific function that takes care of sustainability. That's why we have been able to be number 1 in our industry in all indexes of sustainability. We consider sustainability a priority. In industry, when we set a new factory, we set it for the next decades, not for the next months. So our business is based on medium long-term investments, and if we don't take care of the sustainability in any sense, that means the relation with our employees, that means the relation with the environment, or the relation with the local communities. So we have to be part of the society in each region of the world where we establish our factories. And sustainability is a precondition to flourish in the future.
Do you see that the tires can be somehow reused?
They already are reused. We are part of consortia all around the world to favor the development of recycling, a proper recycling of the tires, and many steps forward have been made. I think that there is a good understanding of the industry on the priorities, and one of the priorities is environment, and recycling is one of the priorities.
You have one of the largest research and innovative centers here at your headquarters, and I'm wondering, where does the innovation and technology goes in the future about cars that will have no drivers, or tires that would have nanotechnology that would let us know about the pressure in the tires? Where is it going?
It can go very far away. I mean, you have to take into account that the tire is the only piece of the car that touches the ground. So the information we can get in real time cannot be collected directly, if not through the tires. Since a decade, we are developing mathematical instruments, algorithms that are producing information that will be very useful for drivers, for safety, and also for, let's say, saving the consumption of oil, be aware of the deterioration of the tires, and I look to a future where connected cars will be one of the normal technology in the future, and one of the best way to connect one car to the other is through the pieces of the car that are touching the ground.
Would you like to be in a car with no driver?
That's different. I think that will be much more under control of the different applications, so will be safer. I love driving, so I hope I will continue to drive until I can, and it will be feasible. But even today, you can also fly without a pilot. Do you see lines having no pilots flights?
No.
No. There is a good reason, I think, but we are ready to deliver also to cars with no driver. But I think and hope that the driver will stay and will check. What human being can do, in some cases, cannot be done by machine.
Europe is undergoing a very difficult situation right now with the terrorist attacks in Paris and in Turkey. How do you see this situation is affecting your business and the economy in general?
I think that this is obviously affecting the economy. This is obviously affecting people's life. And I think that we have to join forces in order to let people live safe and looking into a better future for the children. If you don't solve this issue working together, if the egoism will prevail, if short-term interest will prevail, that will be detrimental to the growth.
Pirelli has existed for 143 years and is a worldwide known Italian brand. How do you see the Italian economy and government?
In Italy, we made many steps forward in the last few years. Many reforms have been introduced. The plan of the government is to continue the process of reform in the country. See, we are going into the right direction. There are a number of complexities in our country. The most complex thing, but you know in Argentina better than I know, is the relation between people. We need to have the spirit of a common project. Until now, there are still too many frictions, but the direction is the proper one.
Brazil is probably one of the largest businesses for Pirelli. How do you see what is going on in Brazil today?
But we have to remind that Brazil is a young country. Average age of the Brazilian people is around 29. They are passing through a very difficult time, but I think that the energies of the country will come back sooner than expected. Today it seems in a deep crisis with no light at the end of the tunnel.
But there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
I've been traveling to Brazil since decades. I was there during a good time and bad time, and I see that the Brazilians are much better than what we see from outside.
Argentina has recently elected a new president, Mauricio Macri. What are your expectations about this change?
The business community is very positive on this change, and even in Argentina we had sometimes difficult time, but Argentina is able to come back. And I see now Argentina has an opportunity to come back. The new direction of the country, I think and hope will be the right one. And the country has a lot of energies that are not expressed. And so I think that can surprise the world, and as Argentina did in the past.
The automotive industry is the biggest industry for the region. How do you see the role of Argentina and Brazil automotive industry integrated and the impact for the region?
I saw in the past that there were many hopes about the integration. Lately, it became more difficult. I think that with the new government, it will be easier to establish the right relation that will make Mercosur not anymore a dream for the future, but a reality. And Mercosur has a great potential, and I've seen since day one what could have been done. Unfortunately, lately it was not easy. I'm positive about the future.
What do you think needs to be done to encourage Mercosur?
I think that the opinion makers, business leaders, have to help their governments to understand that what can be done together is amazingly positive. And the short-term populism that sometimes is affecting the relation with the countries has to be removed, and cooperation can be very positive.
You are a respected leader in your community. What does it take to be a leader?
It's passion for what you do. You can be a politician, you can be a business leader. You have to be passionate for what you do, and you have to respect always the others.
What did you learn from your parents, and what's the importance of family in your life?
It's key in my life. It's key related to my personal life. It's key for my children and my grandchildren. I think that there's one certain thing about our life. We leave something. We don't know where we go, but we leave behind us something. If we leave something positive, that will be helpful for the next generations.
You have a passion for football, and you're a big fan of Inter, as well as Pirelli has always been close to sports, as in Formula One. What is the relationship between Pirelli and the sports?
As I said at the beginning, tires are much more than what we see from outside. They look round and black, but inside there is a lot of technology. This technology is the one that we deliver to any car manufacturers. And living with car manufacturers, sports, is part of the life of the very good car manufacturers. And Pirelli, since ever, was in races since the beginning of last century. Pirelli supply the car that made the Paris-Beijing first trip with a car, and we have been always challenging ourselves in motorsport and in any sport. And we support the sport in every region of the world.
I know that you love sailing and that you're a great sailor. Is there any connection or parallel between the way you sail your boat and the way you run a company?
I think there are a number of relations. In a boat we live all together. We have to respect each other, but one has to take the decisions. And the others, they have to work in harmony, because if we don't do properly our own job, each of us, even the best possible team can fail. So the team building in a sailing boat is key.
What does Pirelli mean to you?
Pirelli for me means a large part of my business life, the last 30 years. And Pirelli means also the responsibility to continue a tradition that comes from the family of my ex-wife, of my children. And I have to deliver the will of Pirelli to someone that will continue my duty, considering the responsibility we have as 142 years now behind us, and we have to guarantee the future decades. if we have this spirit, Pirelli will continue.
Debemos liberarnos de la esperanza de que algún día el mar esté calmado. Hay que aprender a navegar con vientos fuertes. Aristóteles Onassis.
Cuidar el medio ambiente y contribuir a resolver los problemas de las comunidades en las que operamos son los pilares de nuestra política de responsabilidad social empresaria. Cresud, nuestro valor es la tierra.
Aprender es mucho más que estudiar. Universidad Abierta Interamericana. www.uy.edu.ar. El futuro sos vos.
¿Qué harías con más tiempo? Empezó el tiempo de oportunidades del Banco Ciudad. Plazos más largos, sueños más grandes. Banco Ciudad te quiere ver crecer.